Hey guys, come on in. My name is Thomas Brush. You know this. Most of you know this. I make indie games for a living. Today's going to be really fun. We're going to jump inside of my new side project about a little pug, and we're going to make it feel really good. So we're going to talk about game feel. I love talking about game feel, and I actually want to study a game. It's called A Hat in Time. Most of you know this game, but I'm going to look at it and figure out why it feels so good, and we're going to try and replicate that inside of Unity. So let's go ahead, guys, and get started. And by the way, guys, I wanted to let you know that my brand new course, Easy 3D, is totally free right now. Click below to enroll for free, and you'll immediately be taken to the program where you're going to learn how to make your very first 3D game. And here's the best part. You're going to do it fast. And you really don't need to know anything about Unity or code or 3D modeling. It's really kind of easy, and it's totally free. Click below to make your very first 3D game. I can't wait to see you succeed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're working on today. This is called, well, it's called something. It's about a beautiful pug. So let me give you a couple updates here. Last week, Felipe, the 3D modeler for the team, he made this he made this little pug here with a kilt. Gotta have the kilt and Viking hat. So we're really happy about how the pug turned out. We also added some highlights, or really some rim lights, to all of the objects. So it doesn't look very pretty now, but in play mode, this is how it looks, right? And so you can see that that rim lighting is really adding a little bit of a premium look to things, even though it is still just a silly indie game, right? So if you can add some sort of premium look without much work, it's definitely worth considering. And that's using Colors Pro 2. It does look like Edgar, doesn't it? So there's rim lighting here in the Colors Pro shader. And so you can see here, you can just subtly change rim lighting. You can even make it look really harsh, like sort of maybe Breath of the Wild. I think they do that, or Nintendo did that. But overall, that's kind of the look we're going for here, guys. So what we're going to work on today is we're going to take a few cues from Wind Waker and also A Hat in Time. Is that what it's called, A Hat in Time? In particular, when it comes to the running, jumping, and also slamming, okay? And what we're going to do is work on the particle effects. So let's go ahead, and first, I want to take a look at A Hat in Time. So I'm going to pull up A Hat in Time, playthrough, no commentary. We're going to take a look here, okay? Alrighty. So these particles coming out of the feet are what I just really love. So it looks like it's kind of like a sphere. Yeah, it's just a toon shader sphere. Is it always blue? That's the question. No, it's like a white. Okay. Is it a sprite? I think it might be a sprite. What do you guys think? I think we can get away with a sprite. I think that's what it is. So let's open up Photoshop and create one of those, okay? So I'm going to open up Photoshop really quick on my PC here. And guys, what we're going to do is we're going to just, by hand, we're going to draw this very subtle, it almost looks like a 3D shape. Honestly, I don't see why we can't just get away with doing a 3D shape. The only question I have, this makes me think here, are these intersecting with each other? So let's hit play. If they're intersecting with each other, we definitely know that they are officially 3D. So let's take a look. I'm going to pause it when I can. Oh, close. I love this game. It looks so pretty. That is so fun. Boom. I think they're 3D, guys. Particle polygon. Yeah, so I think it might be a polygon, actually. Now that I'm thinking of it, and now that I just stole information from you guys, I think it might be a polygon. So what I'm going to do is we're going to open up Blender, and we're not just going to do a sphere, guys. We're going to actually do a very low poly mesh. Actually be an icosphere, right? I would imagine the radius is something like 1. Yeah. Pretty small here. Can we do lower? Guess you can't. We're going to do shade smooth. So that is our particle. Okay. That's all we needed to do. Let's go to file. Well, let's make sure something here. I kind of want it to be pretty small here. 0.2 by 0.2. I think it needs to be like something like 0.1 or 0.06 actually. Because I think I'd like it to at least be default the right size here in Unity. So object, apply, all transforms. And by the way, guys, if you haven't checked out my free course called 3D Art Pro below, be sure to check that out because it's going to really help you guys who are just getting into 3D to make a game before you even know how to make 3D models. It's totally free. There's no gimmicks. And I've had a lot of people reach out saying it was very helpful. So click below to check that out. You might really like it. Okay, let's go to our folder, then our models. I'm just going to type in other here. I'm a big fan of other folders. And we're just going to call this poof particle.blend. Nick Sant Creative said, Thomas, I made a fan art for Father. Check it out on Insta. Can you send it to thomas@fulltimegamedev.com? I don't really check my Insta messages because they're full. I'm not bragging. It's not like it's that full, but it's pretty full. So it's hard for me to know who's reached out. thomas@fulltimegamedev.com. Okay, so fortunately, we already have our step particles here. And these are actually, I believe, a mesh. Let's take a look. Renderer, mesh, very good. Okay, so we just type in poof particle and just pull in the actual, where is it? Icosphere. So let's go to our particles. We just lost them. And let's pull that in. Where'd you go? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so as you can see, they're a little too small. So hey, why not just scale them up? It feels like they're squashed. Apply all, transform, save, take a look. Good. Probably need to be a little bit bigger. Let's see what the size is here. Obviously you could change it here. 1 by 2. So 2 and 1. I'm thinking 2 and 3. How about 3 and 4? How about 5 and 6? Even 10? What? That's start speed. Thomas, be smart. Let's go to size. What am I doing? Here we go. There we go. So 1 by 5. I think 1 is probably too small. So how about 3 by 5? Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Now, the color is a full brightness. We're going to use Toonie Colors Pro here. We're going to use the hybrid shader, but we're going to make sure mobile is selected. So enabled, good. We wanted to be able to intersect with things, good. Okay, we'll put it about right here. And we'll copy these over for the jumping, for the pounding, for the flying around, all that stuff. The particle is all going to be the same mesh, the same renderer, okay? So that looks great. Let's go ahead and just double check really quick how this, now it's purple there. I don't know why it's purple there. It's purple there as well. And what we're doing, guys, this is called copying other games. It's actually something that I've learned to do recently. Copy other games. Some of you might have heard it, but heard of it. Ooh, it's got a shadow and everything. It's got like a drop shadow. Obviously, I'm being silly. Let's see here. Change the ramp shading. That looks kind of cool. Color, I feel like it shouldn't be, it should be like a brownish color. The shadow color should be a brownish color as well. Okay. So I'm going to go to play mode and actually change stuff in play mode. Oh. So let's do that really quick. Excuse me. So we're going to set it to 0. And we're not going to worry about jumping particles. Well, actually, let's hit play really quick. Are we at the right spot? Let me move it up here. I'm curious if we're going to need to do soft particles. Soft particles are when it interacts with the ground, it actually fades a little bit. But let's hit play here. I may need to change that value to 0 again. Okay. Okay. We're almost there. Okay, it looks like it's appearing too fast. In this case, it shrinks, but it appears immediately at the feet. Okay? So let's make it appear immediately at the feet. And also have it shrink. So color over lifetime is not going to change. Size over lifetime will. So we're going to have it just go from 1 to 0. You can't see it because my face is there, but it's just a simple graph here. There it is. So all we're going to do is test it out here, set it to 25. Okay? And it looks like the gravity modifier is 0. Let's go back to... Okay, cool. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It's not even going up. So there's no... What am I saying here? There's no velocity. There's no start speed. Okay, so let's change the start speed from 0 to 0. There we go. And there's only going to be an emission value of 1 per footstep. Okay, the way we're going to do that is we're going to go to our animation controller here. We're going to go to run. And right here, you can see it's emit particles. We're going to set that value to 1. There we go, guys. Now, we do want it to have sort of a random emission location, but we may be able to get away with this here without doing that. Yep, okay, so we need a start size of a minimum 3. Good. And is it in the right location? Maybe bring it up just a tad here. Let's hit play on run. Okay, and we'll move it down a little bit. There we go. Okay, guys, let's try it out. Now, obviously, you're going to set it to 0, and it only emits when the animation tells it to. Cool. That feels pretty good, actually. Might need to shrink a little bit smaller. But overall, it feels pretty good. Let's take a look here. Yeah, okay, cool. So what we need to do is we need to set the emission or the particle speed to much faster. So 0.6 and then 0.6. That's about it. Let's see here. What's it look like? Let's go to 25 really quick. And actually, we're not going to change the color itself. Here, what we're going to do is we're actually going to do it here in the actual particle system itself. I don't believe you can. Okay, so it's fine to do it here. I'm not going to worry too much about the being, having variable coloring or anything. We'll have one color and that's the color. I'm honestly just tempted to do white. Okay, you could probably do something like render mode, fade. No, you can't. Okay, I was gonna say maybe alpha, or I'm sorry, multiply. But let's go ahead and hit play one more time here. Take a look. Just want to see the. There it is. Set it to 2. think that'll do. Let's take a look and see if it looks good. I like it being white because we might have levels where you're at interiors or you're at snow. So I think that's totally fine. Yeah, I kind of like that. Now, obviously, we got to fix the jumping particle. Let's take a look here. Just comparing it to one of our favorite platformers. Okay, cool. I think we need to go ahead and jump inside of Blender and make some tweaks, because it needs to look more like a poof. So what I'm going to do is take both of them, scale this one up. We may want to do, you know, difference between two random ones, but I'm not going to worry too much about it right now. Okay, that's like that's my mantra. I believe pressing F3 should open up. There it is, and then we're gonna do, what's it called? Bull Tool. Do I have that installed? I don't. Let's go ahead and install Bull Tool. Go to our preferences. We're gonna get add-ons. Type in Bull Tool. There it is. It is installed. So for some reason it's not showing up. F3 Bull. There it is, right there. Thomas, what are you doing? Union. There we go. So that should do it. I don't need to, you know, do anything with the unwrapping. I believe I could save it, and we should just be able to see the effects on the fly. Okay, I don't see it. Do I need to hit apply? Let's take a look here. Yes. Apply. Apply. And there's yeah, join. There we go. Oopsie, we got an issue here. Why is it doing that? Let's take a look here. I think I know why. There's that one, and then there's this one, and then there's this one. There we go. So there's one icosphere, and we're going to call it icosphere so that it translates properly back into Unity with no issues. There it is. Okay, that feels pretty good. We'll do a random 3D rotation really quick, and then we should be good to go. So let's go to our particles here. We're going to do rotation is start rotation random. We're going to do between two constants. So we're going to start with 0. We're going to go to 360, 0 in the Y, 360, 0, 360 in the Z. And it's a little big now, so 2 by 4. And that should be good to go. Let's take a look. Awesome. That feels great, actually. Ding 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 boop 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 boop. That looks great. Okay, that feels good to me. Let's go ahead and apply these particle thingamajigs settings to the jump particles. Paste component values. The jump particles are gonna, it's gonna be a burst, right? And so we need to test that out, make sure it looks good here. Shape is gonna be a cone. Start speed is gonna be something like 1 and 6. There's going to be, let's do 8. There's gonna be gravity. So that means we need to do something like 10 and 25. How about 5 and 8 with a particle or a gravity modifier of 0.3. So like that, see? And also the angle is going to be fine. Radius, yeah, something like that. That should be good to go, guys. So let's take a look at the jump particles. Let's test it out. Yeah, we've got plenty of game sounds. Ooh, that feels good. That's a lot, though. That feels great. I think the gravity's a little much, so 0.2 is fine. Let's see here. What else do we want to do, guys? Yes, the amount of particles is redonkulous. So let's go to Doggo Pug 100. We're going to go to jump. Wait. Where is this happening? I think it's right here. Oh, yes. Jump particles, emit. So the emission is occurring in the script. Bum, bum. Bum, ba-da, bum, bum. Who knows what song that is? Bum, bum. Bum, ba-da, ba-da, bum. If someone can name that song, I'll give you bonus points. All right, let's take a look and see where the emission is occurring. Jump particles, we're going to set that to 10, not 20. That's redonkulous. This one here is jump effect. This is actually the landing effect. It doesn't need to be nearly as much, so 5, right? So let's take a look here. Boom 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 boom. Okay, so it looks like the running is sometimes a little too big, and also I feel like the jumping is sometimes a little too big. So, and I feel like what we should be doing here is, despite the fact, no, it's not from Pinstripe. I think we should drop the alpha down, honestly. So we're going to do that and just test. I know it's straying from the game we're copying, but I feel like it fits more. Also, what was the problem? Yes. The size is a little too big for jumping and also for stepping. Okay. Hi, FR Gaming Zone. How are you? Also, with jumping, I feel like it should go more in an upward direction. So we'll go to the jump particles here. And the angle shouldn't be that much. Something like that. And also, the speed is a little much, too. So something like 3 and then 5 should be good to go. The trail lasts too long. Oh, that feels good. No, the trail is insane. We're going to be working on the trail in just a sec. Awesome. We're getting there, guys. Let's take a look here. The trail. So the step particles is good. So we're going to copy that component. We're just going to, it's the fly particles. Paste the fly particles. Go to emission 25 and take a look. I feel like that should be fine. 4. Let's try that out. So those will be not emitting by default. Let's hit play and take a look here. Okay, let's take a look at our inspiration here. So that's an underwater level, which is really beautiful. But there's no fly particles for this fella here. I do want fly particles, though. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually bring the opacity down significantly. We're going to change the rate to 8. Drop it down, though, even more. And try that out. Okay, we can't do opacity. That's why. Okay, I see what's going on. So, we got a problem. The problem is the fly particles, for some reason, that's interesting. Let's hit play and take a look. That one's good. This step particles, let's take a look at. Okay, that's good. So what's going on here? I don't know why they're much brighter. Let's hit play again. Hey guys, welcome Felipe. Felipe's working on the 3D art for this as we speak. Felipe, what are you working on right now? So I don't know why it's so much brighter when I'm jumping. I don't know. I don't know. Pause it, and let's see if we can tweak it. See what's going on here with this fly particles. Okay, can't change the colors. Renderer, icosphere, step dust. So there's a step dust material. Here there's a step dust material. So they're all the same material. For some reason, when I'm flying, though, it does look so much better. We're just going to keep it for this, for the vertical slice, guys. I love that coloring. It's a little high, though. So. And they're also a little too big for the jumping. When you mentioned jittery movement, I'm going to try and fix that here in just a second. The jittery movement is a result of being in the Unity editor. So, is the albedo the same? I don't think there is an albedo. That's the thing. Yeah, they're the same material, so yeah. I think it's fine. The next thing I want to do, though, the jump particles are just too big. So the start size is going to be something like 1 and 2.4. Maybe just 2, honestly. And should they rotate? That's the question. I feel like they should rotate. Yeah, they're just a little too big. The jump particles. Oh, I see. Yeah, the jump particles should be big. I did the wrong one. Yep, okay. Fly particles, we're going to do something like 1 and then 2. Okay? Overall, I think we're good. The fly particles, we need to move up into his body. The jump particles, I think they're fine. The step particles here, we could probably move down. And we should be good to go, guys. No, the rigid body is not interpolate, because the graphic itself is not a rigid body. We can fix that, guys, if you want. But overall, guys, this looks great. I'll turn the music up really quick for you guys. I feel like there needs to be a land sound. Okay. Very good. Let's see if we can get a land sound really quick. I know I have the ability to play. You know, it's funny. Landing sounds have always been such a problem for me. I don't know why. In every single one of my games, a landing sound is so hard to program. I have no idea why. And also really hard for me to implement properly. So let's go ahead and do it now before we forget. I'm going to go to artlist.io. I've got my browser open. One sec here. Okay. And let's go to sound effects, and we're going to type in body impact. See if we can get anything here. No. I kind of like that. We're going to do that. I like that a lot. All right. Yeah, for those of you who are asking about Father, we're working on multiple projects at once here, which I don't recommend if you're starting a studio. I don't. But I will say there comes a point when you're whooped and you're tired and you don't want to work on something, and it's okay to take a break. It's also okay, by the way, it's also okay to have multiple pitches, okay? I said pitches with a P, just for clarity. Multiple pitches. Even though, you know. Anyway, multiple pitches. The reason why that's okay is because, in my opinion, the one that sells to, let's say, a publisher is the one you go for. So we'll see. You know, the father pitch is something that we're working on right now, and I'll be pitching that to publishers and to platforms. But, you know, we're also going to have this small little mini game here, and we're going to see how it does when we pitch to stuff. So this is something I learned from Z, who's the publisher for Neversong. He said any veteran game developer is going to realize it's beneficial to have multiple games in your pocket that you can use to sell and to pitch to various publishers if that's something you're into. All right, let's go to Dogland and see if this actually plays properly. I have my doubts it'll even play. That's what's so funny. This I don't know what it is about landing functionality and landing sounds. Every game since the beginning, since I ever started games 15 years ago, I have always had trouble getting the right landing effect, so then I just remove it. See what I told you? It plays when I hit space. And it's got a little click sound to it. Yeah. It's right there. This is it. Move that. There we go. But you want your player, guys. And this video is all about game feel. Some people will think, Thomas, why are you spending so much time on this stupid stuff? This is everything. The core of Mario, the core of Banjo-Kazooie. Felipe and I were talking about this. The core of all these especially platforming games, the core is great game feel. That includes the landing sound, the landing effects. Let's figure out why the F this landing sound is playing when so frustrating when I'm effing jumping. So we have play one shot land sound right here. So it's apparently it's doing all this crap here. So I don't know why. Let's take this though, and we're gonna put it somewhere else. We're gonna put it in the actual pressing of this. No. Oh, son of a bee. Hold on, guys. Let's take a look here. So the landing sound, for some reason, is playing. So I need to say something like, we need to say something like, if is grounded and we're jumping and our velocity, and our rigid body dot, come on. And our rigid body dot velocity. What are you doing, Thomas? Velocity dot y is smaller than 0. That seems fine. Although I will say there's effects and then there's also just functions that get fired here. So I think all of this, if we'll put it in there, okay? That way, these things, jumping equals false. The pounding even, yeah, we need that to be here. Pounding, enabling emissions of the fly particles. That should disable regardless. So this all right here, yeah, that should occur here. There we go. So we'll try that out and see if that fixes our problem, guys. You ready to take a look? Here we go. And by the way, guys, if you haven't checked out my free 2D game kit below, it's totally free. I use this game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in just 14 days. It's a really robust game kit, totally free. You can download it, use it wherever you want, whenever you want. Make $1 million off this game kit. I really don't care. It's up to you. It's my treat to you. No gimmicks, promise. That feels great. See what I mean, though? How it's still not enough? It's so funny. Landing sounds are so finicky. So let's go ahead and get one more, like a Russell clothing, or let's just type body impact again and see what we get. That's great. Let's download that. And by the way, guys, when I'm looking for sound effects, especially as an indie game developer, I'm looking for stuff that works on pretty much every surface. Obviously, we could, I would say, be a moron and decide to do sound effects for every effing footstep and every surface. But because we're making a very Nintendo-esque game, like a Animal Crossing type game, I'm not saying Animal Crossing doesn't do this, doesn't have sound effects for each footstep. But because we're making something that's very silly, I think we can get away with this. I like that, actually. Let's fade that out. But I also like the... It's too much treble, so I'm going to take the treble out of there. Let's try that. I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to name this R2. So dog land R2. What does R2 mean? It means revision 2. You can do V2 if you want, or you could just do 2. I just got a habit of doing that when I was in marketing. At the marketing firm, that was our syntax. Okay, let's add that to our doggy here. And you know, these kind of sounds are the most important thing in your game. Adding weight to your character. That feels great. All right, let's get a jump sound, okay? Now, because we're a little bit more playful here, we can probably search game jump on Artlist. And guys, you can't just go here and get all these sounds, right? You got to make sure you're checking the license. Sorry, I got the mailman coming. My dog's about to bark. Just get ready. That's funny. Come here, buddy. Jab. I kind of like that one. It's the same one we just had, but I'm curious if we could retrofit it to be a jump. Hey, it's okay, buddy. It's all right. You see that puppy? Good boy. All right, let's open that up in Audacity here and take a look. That's a great sound right there. That is a good sound. What'd you smell? Because it's like, it's instant and it sounds like feet hitting the ground. Ooh, that's a good one too. I'm gonna try that one. And then cut this out here. No, it's too much. It's too much. What about this one? I like that crunchy sound here too. That's a good one too. No. Maybe we'll fade it out. There we go. All right, and then also a dog collar sound. And we should be good to go. Dog collar. Good boy. It's okay. You're okay. All right. Yep. You know, the truth is, though, you got to be really, really careful with this sound effect because it's super high pitched, and if it's playing every single time you jump, it might get annoying. Dog wants to be in the game. Yeah. Jebby wants to be in the game. I love dogs. The truth is, I mean, it's probably a cliche at this point, but most of you probably feel this way too. I get along with my dog better than most people, obviously. But I don't know if a lot of people feel that way. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's a little weird, that sound. Son of a... Oh. So let's do this. Take this here. It's a little too aggressive. So I wonder if I could drop down the volume. This needs to go down. Man, you got to be so subtle with these sounds, guys. Body impact. We'll get one more here, like just a very subtle. That might do it. Very subtle. And by the way, you know, we got dog bark sounds as well, but those play randomly. So you've got barking sounds and then jumping feet sounds, and you combine the two. But that happens at runtime in Unity, okay? All right. So let's open that up really quick. And by the way, guys, if you haven't checked out my free 3D course, be sure to check that out below as well. That's totally free. Okay. That's a good one. How's that sound, guys? I'm going to merge all that together. Can you hear that? Let's take a look. You can. Good. Okay. Yep, we have a whimper when the dog falls for sure. Okay, export as wave. Guys, let me tell you about my the concept for the story here. I'd love to get your thoughts. So basically what we're going to be doing is we've got a game design document here. And basically what the game design document is, this is going to be a Mario 64 type core game loop. So you're on a big estate, big mansion, and you can explore the mansion. That's the overworld. And then you jump into paintings, and you get to explore each painting, each world. And you're in search of your little boy master. He's your best friend, and his name is Sir Jack, or Master Jack. And he is locked in the attic because of his evil stepmother. So that's the general vibe. So you explore this estate, and to get to the top of the estate, you have to jump into each painting and explore a wacky, fun world. Collect basically the stars to get keys to each new world or each new layer of the mansion. And then you get to the top of the mansion and you save your master, your best friend. Okay, so that's the general idea of very, like, the core, like, basics of the story. So that's kind of what we're going for here. Let's type in dog jump here. Or add in dog jump, and let's see how that feels. That feels good. I think the landing sounds a little loud, okay? So let's go to Dogland R2, and I believe we have that here. Yeah. Maybe lower the pitch a little bit. It's just so subtle. These kind of changes are super important. Just drop it down. There we go. Let's try that out. Take a look. Thomas, are you Calvinist or Arminian? Boy, sounds like my brothers are hanging out in the chat. That's the kind of stuff my family argues about. Neither. I'm sorry. I'm going to be one of those people. Neither. Arminian, guys, for those of you curious, Arminian means you believe that, what is it? You're predestined. Like God predestines you to believe a certain thing. It's part of the elect. And that's not my thing. I don't really like, it's not that I don't like it, even though I don't. It's that I don't see any evidence for that in the Bible. So all of you really care, don't you? No, I know this is annoying or boring to talk about. So the other one is you're free to choose who you want to choose. It doesn't mean there's not a right or wrong answer, because that's called moral relativism. That's not the same thing. This one is you're free to choose God or you're free not to choose God. He's not going to force you to do anything, basically. You're not part of a crew or a club by birth. Is that what it is? I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest. It's not something I think about. Dog jump. No. This is dog land. R2. Save that one out. Click yes. Click OK. And hit play. Some of you are probably like, why are we talking about this? Sometimes during the chat we talk about religion, because that's something I'm really interested in. Okay, I can't hear the jump. It needs to be louder. The jump needs to be louder, and it also needs to be, it needs to be louder. And it needs that grass sound, like a scraping grass sound. Scraping sound. It's very subtle. We just need a that. There it is. Ooh. Nope. We're so close. And then you have two sounds because you have the back feet and the front feet hitting the ground. I'm telling you guys, these kind of sound effects make or break your game. Let's try that. Export is wave. And we're going to do R3. Jump, or doggy, jump 3. Click OK, and now let's try and throw that in there and see how it feels. Do not underestimate the value of sound. Sound is everything. Sound is 70% of why your game feels good. Why, you effer? There's a lot of things that aren't working. What was that? That's land. Hold on one sec. Something's going on. There's jump 3. Where's no Thomas, that's why, you stupid moron. So let's go down. Okay, so dog jump 3 and then dog land. There it is, R2. And that one should be lower. Yeah, there we go. Okay, save it out, hit play, take a look. That feels good. I think we could have a little bit of a delay between the 2 feet, right? I'm gonna mix all those together, drop down the pitch and, and also the volume. Oh, we're so close. This one's a little too loud. Pull that down. If you're gonna hear a sound over and over and over again, you better be happy about it. Let's try that out. Ugh, dog jump, what was it? Dog jump 3? And then hit play. Wow, we've got a lot of viewers today. Welcome, everybody. 224 viewers. That feels good. Oh, it's important to keep jumping. Because you want to sort of sample it and see, okay, does this drive me nuts after 20 jumps? I think it needs to be lower. It's a little too high. It's not that it needs, well, okay, maybe it needs to be lower, but drop the treble out just a little bit. Filter it out just a bit up towards the higher range. And then this one here, it needs to be ever so subtle. It's a little too low. I know I'm being pretty picky here. By the way, I listened to the Hollow Knight sounds. I actually have them stored on this project because I'm comparing these, because Hollow Knight sounds are really good. Like, you can listen to those over and over and over again and they don't bother you. It's so funny. It's like friendships. You know, there's certain friends that you get, or a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and you like them for about 2 months, and then something about them bugs you. And you can't put a finger on it, and then it slowly reveals itself. It's like, oh, you bug me because you breathe loud. That was the problem all along. The same is true with sounds. You hear it over and over and over again, and you're like, that's what it is. That's that little tick. It's that little click at the end of that sound that bugs me. So you have to you have to be thinking about that as you're creating your sounds. All right, let's go. That feels good. It's like he's like, boom! It's like he's hitting his feet on the ground really fast. I like it. Feels great. Okay, now there's one thing I do want to figure out. It's this transition between the roll state, right there. The transition between roll and stand. So let's take a look at the animator and see what's going on here. So we have a roll here. So there's no transition between spin and roll. We'll try 0.1 there. We'll see. Also, there's no transition state, so we do 0.1 as well. There's no transition state here either. So this should be fixed duration. Let's do 0.2 or 0.2. And then also between, yeah, this one's fine. Okay, so let's take a look here. Hit play, and let's see if we still got that problem. Thomas, would you accept a deal with no advance and take, for example, 80% of the revenue? Sure, yeah. If the marketer was a good marketer, or the publisher actually knew what they were doing with marketing, yeah, absolutely. See, Nikes, it's doing it. Again. What is that? Why? Ooh. Blow my head off. Okay, hold on. Let's take a look here. There's no transition state between run and spin, so we'll do 0.1. Let's just add a transition state to everything. Maybe that'll solve our problems, right? It could. Nice smooth transition between everything. Thomas, I really want to get into game dev, but I don't really know where to start. I know the best way to start. Make a bouncy ball game. Son of a bee. Hold on, guys. Let me mute the sound because I've realized it's really loud for you guys. I just hate this. It makes me so mad. Okay, now I'm really mad. There we go. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to go to our doggy. By the way, guys, if you haven't downloaded that free 2D game kit below, be sure to check that out. Thomas, you just told us that. I know. But if you haven't downloaded that, check that out. I use this game kit to make... I made this game kit for a game for PewDiePie in 14 days. I made a game with this game kit for PewDiePie in 14 days is what I'm trying to say. So be sure to check that out below. It's totally free. My treat to you. Just click below. And that's that. Okay, guys, let's take a look here. Let's see where we're at. Huh. The roll, I feel like the roll should not have a loop time. There we go. That's kind of cool looking, actually. That's cool. I like that. Okay, so it was looping. It's kind of cool looking, isn't it? That feels great. That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said. She said this. That's what she said. That's what she said? Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about, guys, is some of you mentioned that the movement was jittery. So the way that we solve this problem is we're essentially going to lerp positions, okay? So what I want to do is essentially lerp player, or lerp positions unity. We're going to check this out and see if there's a couple moments where I don't want to lerp, okay? The first one is when you jump. You want to immediately get launched. Otherwise, it's like this annoying smooth lerping. Basically, the player graphic is going to smoothly move with the player, with the actual controller, which is invisible. I don't want that. So on jump, he's going to immediately follow. But also, when you land on the ground, you want it to be immediate. Okay. So let's try this out. Let's go to our graphic. It's called dog animator dot transform dot position equal. There it is, right there. So we're going to put a here comment here, match dog graphic to player controller RB, which is let's just type rigid body. Okay, so this is one method here. We're gonna do the other method. Okay, and this is gonna be dog.transform.position equals vector3.lerp. What is that for? I'm trying to remember. Point A to point B. I see. So that's more of a rotation lerp or something. So point A is going to be my dog's actual position. Point B is going to be my transformed position. This is, and what, by the way, we're inside of the character controller right now. So we're saying dog animator should lerp to the position of this object, which is the player. Okay, the actual controller, the rigid body. Now, this value should be something like time.delta time times dog animator smooth to position speed. Thomas, that's a really specific variable. Yes, I know. I like my variables to be pretty specific, especially when you've got a billion of them. So we're going to keep that name, dog animator smooth to position speed. And I'm going to even do a comment here. I'm going to say this value is how fast should I actually like to write it with questions. How fast should the dog animator graphic move to the actual character controller position? That's the theory. Let's take a look here. So it's going to look really, really lerpy, and you'll know what I mean when you see it. So currently it is set to 1. There it is. Actually, it's set to 0. Let's set it to 1 and take a look. There we go. All right, so let's set it to 25. Okay. Now, the next question is, ooh, the jump. Yep, we need to change that jump value. Why does it look like that? Ah, yes, Thomas. What we need to do is we need to go to there it is. So what we need to do is we need to say plus dog offset. There it is. Yes, that's the problem. Yes, right here. Okay, so that's one thing. The next thing is what we want to do is we want to make sure that the camera is actually following the graphic. But here's the thing. I mean, that might actually cause some problems. Let's take a look and see what it does. What I want the virtual camera to do, actually, let's see what we need to do here. I think it's in the start. Here it is. So it's going to be dog animator.transform. Same here. Whoa, what just happened? There we go. So basically we want the camera to follow the dog graphic as opposed to the actual player. The reason why is because the player might get jigged every once in a while, the actual controller itself, because it's an actual rigid body. It's actually a bouncy ball. Instead, let's have it follow the smooth, character, or the smooth graphic, right? Let's set the position to something like 40, and let's hit play and take a look. Pretty smooth. I like it. I actually don't think we're going to need to work with any of the... Yeah, I like that a lot. The next thing I want to do, though, is make sure our animator... Something is going on with the jump. So if we're running and we go to our spin... I see. That shouldn't have... It really shouldn't have much of a transition. Maybe 0.02. And then the same is true for here. And by the way, guys, if you're editing an animator hierarchy or an animator controller or a tree... in Unity's play mode, it'll save. Oh my goodness me. That looks bad. So let's go to Animator here and take a look. When we're in idle position, 0.02, we're going to set it to 0 and see what we get. I don't like it. Why is it doing that? That looks bad. What? That's bad. What happened? It should be immediate. Let's take a look, guys. Okay, let's go to the run and set that to 0. Not a fixed duration. Son of a... Well. The question is does it have to do with that lerping? It might. Let's go to our lerping. Take a look here. Something's going on. I'm not sure what it is because it wasn't that way when we started the stream. It could be that. It could be that. Going from run to idle, it might be that. Let's hit play and take a look. Nope. Man, something's going on. I'm gonna restart Unity here because it's super slow. The pitching of the camera when I move my mouse is super slow. So we're gonna save that and then open that up again. Let's see here. How did I do the wavy flags? That was Felipe. Felipe, if you're still in the chat, let us know how you did the flags. I believe it's a cloth renderer. But I love Felipe because, man, that's so annoying. Okay, there we go. I love Felipe because he figures out the things that I struggle with. For some reason, I've always had trouble with cloth. Cloth is tough. Yeah, Felipe's doing a really good job. All right, let's hit play one more time. I'm curious about two things. The first one is, did the lerping screw up? Okay, there we go. But dude, y'all, zooming in is so slow now, and rotating the camera. Okay, there we go. That was crazy. And look how jagged and jagged the camera is. We're gonna need to smooth that out too. What on earth? But the good news is the when I'm running, it's super jagged and jagged. Let's do this. First things first. Is the actual controller working properly? The actual animations? Yes. Everything feels great. The movement's great. Awesome. Okay, the next question is, let's take a look at our virtual camera and let's see what we're actually pointing at. We're pointing at the actual graphic itself. Let's set it to the player controller instead and see what we get. Is it now jigged? It's not. Okay, so what we need to do is a couple things. The first one is we need to go to our actual graphic itself, or we need to adjust the value of the smoothing of the actual graphic. If we set it to something like 10, it's very, it feels terrible. It's very like sluggish. Maybe set it to 25. Let's take a look. Doesn't feel horrible. You definitely don't want to be in a confused state though, so let's take a look here. Okay. Feels really jagged. I don't know why. Now let's go to our actual virtual camera and change the value to the graphic. Follow and look at. Take a look. Oh man. Ooh, it's rough. I think what we need to do, I figured it out. What we want to do is we want to make sure the player graphic itself is smoothing properly, but we don't want to look at that. The problem is for some reason the looking is, I don't know why, but the looking is causing, looking at the actual graphic itself as opposed to a controller is causing some problems. I have no idea why. It feels way better the other way. You know? So we're going to do that. Transform. There we go. So we're going to look at the actual transform. Then what we're going to do is we're going to set the smoothing speed for the camera itself. We're going to set the values there so that the camera doesn't have any option to be jigged and jagged, right? Why is the doggy so jagged? The camera feels fine, but the dog is just super, like, let's see here. Let's try and figure this out, guys. Dog animator smooth speed, set it to 2. Is it the rotation value? He's so slippery. It might be. Let's set it to 20. That's a little high. What, 16? Still kind of jagged. Yeah. Well, guys, I don't know. I feel like he should be much smoother. So. Is it late update? You think it should be in late update? You could be right. Let's take a look. Late update. We'll change it to late update and see. Okay. Okay. Yay! That looks great! But man, we got some problems. Whoa! Okay. Alright, so here's what we'll do. This right here, all we gotta do is put that in a late update. This one was in a fixed. Okay. and void late update. So basically anything with regarding like matching of a position, it can be a late update, and we should be good to go here. So let's take a look. Data Bob says, you can't just do that. Oh yes, I can. Here we go. I know what you're saying though. I'm just messing with you. Oh my goodness, he's so smooth. This is why I love live streaming. I never would have thought, you know what, he shouldn't be, you know, that spazzy. But man, yeah, it looks so good. Way better. We could probably get away with no lerping at all. I have a theory. And that is that late update will solve the jagged stuff automatically. Data Bob says you have to deal with side effects. What are the side effects I need to deal with here? Very nice, Harry. Okay. Yay. Oh my goodness, it's so smooth. Feels great. That's what she said. Very good. Okay, so we've got a weird old... we're not going to worry about that. Okay, so, guys, when it comes to game feel, we're good to go. I like games that the rotation is almost immediate. I like that. So I'm not going to worry about his rotation being smooth. I like quick, snappy rotation. He feels a little, I don't know, sluggish. I don't know what it is. I hope that, let's see here. If I set that to 1, what? No, it's not that. Okay, so anyway, we're going to delete this. We don't need it. Thanks, guys. Very helpful. This massive variable here we can delete. Alrighty. Well, guys, that's great. Yeah, I think it's hilarious how he spins like that. I downloaded a dog character controller, or like a dog animation, and we've tweaked him and changed the mesh and all that, but that spin animation was included in the pack, and I was like, gotta keep that. That's hilarious. Okay, so there was something else on my list here. Pitch everything to everybody all day. Okay, did that. Pitch game course, did that. Pitch 3D online kit, did that. Okay, we've got, I'm just kidding. Let's see here. Poof particles, slam line. That sounds like a cool punk, like ska band from the 90s, Slam Line. Let's do a slam line. Actually, slam particles. We could probably do this pretty quick. Knock on wood. Slam on wood. So the slam particles need to be, well, why not just get some reference images here, or reference information. A Hat in Time. Let's take a look here. What do they do? There's no slamming in A Hat in Time, but there is in Mario. Ooh. They have a little jump. They have lines. It's just the little stuff, guys. Huh. I'm gonna have to do that. Let's hit play. I like that. That would be cool. Like a little line there. Let's unmute. Oh, going to jump is not working here. There we go. We need to set this to 0. That's 0. That's 0. Roll. Run. Crap. Man, when you're working with animations like this, it's kind of, yeah. It can be a lot. Let's go to 0.2 here. Roll and run. But I do think that we should be able to get quickly right back. Man. I'm confused. Ugh. I think it needs an exit time of like... Oh, I see. I think we're there. My theory is if you can get a beautiful character controller that's just so fun to play with, you can make a game as cheaply as possible because you've got great controls, you've got good platforming, and then you have a good artist like Felipe, got a good art director like me, and then you make a game. That's the theory. .5. Let's try that. Okay. There we go. Okay. Ugh. Okay. Couple things. When you're running, you should be able to jump. You should be able to have an interruption source of next state, maybe? Let's try it. I don't know, man. Look at that. That feels great. It's just sometimes when you're in a roll and then you try and jump. There we go. I think it's okay. All right. Anyway, let's go ahead and just do this stupid thing that I wanted to do. I say it's stupid because I know I shouldn't be focusing on it, but I'm going to do it. We're going to do a cube here, scale it down, and we're going to get that burst effect. I'm going to delete these. So basically what we're going to do is edit, go to front view here, pull this up like this, see? Okay. Pull that down and then pull this up here. Okay. Nothing crazy, guys. And then just, let's see here. What am I doing? Yeah. You know what we could do? We could add a cube. By the way, what we're doing right now is we're creating that, it's like a subtle line that launches up when you jump. Okay, just very subtle. So I'm going to take these, I'm going to F3, and we're going to do difference. Full tool, I believe difference. Yep, there we go. We're going to apply it. There we go. Delete this. Now it's nice and smooth at the bottom. What's going on here? We might need to go to that face and... Yeah. How do you do this? Is it J? Yeah, there we go. And then we'll merge all these. There we go. I'm just going to double check and merge all these here. There we go. Okay, guys. Now, so what we're going to do is take this, and I believe that's all we need to do. Then we're going to set the origin to the world, origin to 3D cursor. I think that's fine. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to go File, Save As, Poof Particle. We're going to call this dash up. Dash line up. Save it. Go to Unity here. And the theory is that we can go to our Poof Particles here. Poof particles. Go to our jump particles, actually. And we can create some kind of sub-emitter. Okay, there it is. We're going to call these dash jump dash up particles. And we're going to go to our renderer. We're just going to type in dash up. There it is. We need to go to, well, let's lock this. Go to this, pull it over here. Actually, yeah. This mesh renderer here. There it is. So how do I do this? There we go. And pull that in. So this cube here, pull it into here. And then let's go ahead and set the emission to 25. There it is. Okay. We're not going to have a cone shape. All we're going to worry about is, or the radius, or I'm sorry, yeah, the angle is going to be 0. And there's not going to be any speed. We're not going to do any random rotation. It's going to be all facing up. Those are set to -90. So I believe this could be 90. No. What am I doing here? Wait, set the start rotation to -90 here, maybe? No? -90 here? Yep. What? There we go. So it's something like -90 here and then 0 here. Oh, we're close. We're close. What am I doing? Whoa, it's like everything's screwed up. I want to get some good solid numbers here. 270? 360? What am I doing? How about this? Simulation space is world. Scaling mode? No. I don't know, guys. Man, that's annoying. Whoa. It's following the camera. Why is it doing that? I'm using the renderer. Render alignment world. Okay, there we go. I think I got it. All right, so the render alignment of the particle would be set to world. Therefore, its start rotation 0, 0. What is going on? I'm so confused. And then y would be something like this, maybe. So I'm assuming -45, -90. Why? Can I do it this way? No, I can't. Whoa, Thomas, what is happening? We're just going to do this. I'm so bad with rotation. Okay. So jump particle is good. This is good. Set on local and change from transform. What? What are you talking about? All right, let's set the shape to the radius to be pretty wide. Oh, that's not going to work. Yeah, I don't know what to do here. What? Oh, my word. Let's do this. Having it parented is causing me some probs. So we're going to zero it out. Start 3D. What in the world? I don't want it to be random. Start rotation -118, 0. What on earth? I'm so confused. No, I'm not okay. Forgot to apply scale in Blender. Okay. You might be right. Object apply all transforms. So now it's zeroed out. Let's try that. You might be right. I hope you're right. That's better. But I wish that I could rotate it. I don't know why I said it like that. I wish that I could rotate it. so that when I rotate up, it just faces up. You know what I mean? No, I mean, okay, so if we go X 90, apply, and then rotate X negative 90, then save, I think it'll point up. We're close. We're close. Ooh. Okay. So all we got to do is just flip it upside down. So I'm going to scale along the Y, do negative 100. Or, I'm sorry, negative 1. Negative 1. And then apply. Scale. Save. I know. Terrible way to do this. Okay. 0. Gravity modifier is going to be 0. Here we go. And then we can go to our scale, size over lifetime, and we can do something like this. There we go. Pretty quick jump. Like this. See? Start low. There we go. Like that. It's these subtle details that I never would have thought of doing. I've just decided I want to start studying these platformers. Okay, I don't know why it's red, but... Oh, I know why. It's because that's the color of the poof particles. Okay? Rate over time is set to 25. Radius, we're going to shrink. Now, I don't believe it has to be a sub-emitter. I believe I set this to 0. Jump particles, rate over time. Okay, good, good, good. Maybe it does need to be a sub-emitter. Let's see here. Let's go to like a burst here. Yeah, I think it needs to be a sub-emitter. But let's do something here really quick. Let's make sure that this emission, or the shape, isn't so wide. There we go. We're going to set it to 10. I believe if we set it to a sub-emitter now of jump dash up, and then the emission would be something like 5 or 1. There we go. Can we do 0.3? No. Okay, 1, and then jump particles. And I think we actually don't need a sub-emission. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So if we set it to like 5, the theory, well, actually, I could be wrong here. Let's try it out, guys. I think I'm wrong here. Sorry, sometimes I get confused with particles. Okay, so they're just going. So what we need to do, turn it off, and then turn on sub emission. Yeah. Still not there. Good. Okay, so I think it would be better if the, a couple things here. If the jump dash particles were their own separate entity, because the reason why you want to do this is because you don't want these to play all the time with the jump particles, because they're also being used in the landing. Well, you're not going upward with landing, so we're not going to worry about that. So the jump particles we're going to set to 0, and then we're going to create a new variable in the player controller. We're going to call this jump dash up particles. I'm going to make it pretty specific because there's also going to be a dash mechanic. We'll worry about that later though. And then let's go down to our jump particles. Jump particles. There it is. So that's a jump effect. Let me try this. Jump dash particles dot emit 10, and then we also need to set them to world position or world. Is that emulation? Is that the right word? Because simulation space world. The reason we're going to do this is because we probably need to do like 5, maybe even just 3. Because we want them to stay on the ground, right? We don't want them to follow the player necessarily. File, save. Go to player controller here. I'm going to drag those. Hey, buddy, it's okay. It's okay. Jab. Yep. Drag those. Let's try it. That feels pretty good. Probably needs to be faster. And, whoa. Feels pretty good. It's okay, buddy. Jem, wake up. Wake up. All right. So we'll make that scale pretty fast. I'm also going to consider making them thinner in Blender. So we'll go to the actual bottom here. Scale, like this, save. And then also I'm going to consider the jump particles not being so intense, right? So maybe 6. There's just too many. And hit play. Some of you are asking, why are we doing spikes? It's more of a question of like, what's the point of doing all these little effects? At what point does it become too much? And that's the thing, right? It's just a testing. And also, we're using a reference of A Hat in Time. Yeah, we're there. That's really cool. Awesome. Yeah, I think we're pretty good. Probably gonna shrink that radius a little bit. So right here, shrink the radius so that it's more of like a single point where the emission occurs. Oh my word. Get out of my chat, you fool. Okay, let's see here. Feels pretty good. Honestly, I think we could get away with going a little bit longer. These are there's so many she said moments. I'm sorry. A little bit longer here and move it over there. Save it. All right, guys, let's take a look. Harry. Cool. Feels pretty good. When I'm in the middle of a roll, I need to have, if I'm gonna go to jump, I need to have a interruption source. Yeah. So make transition. Oh crap. Let's take a look here and see what's going on. So when in doubt, pull the animate. Take a look at the animator in play mode and see what's going on. So if I'm standing still and then I jump, let's figure out what's going on here. Ah, it's going to idle. So if we set I believe if we set the interruption source for idle to be, yes. We set the interruption source, it'll interrupt to the next one. Let's try this. Yes. I don't know why that works, but it works. Telling you guys, you get a good controller for these platformers, you're set. That didn't work. Okay, that didn't work. Shoot. And jumping equals false. Good. Okay. Okay. We're so close. Oh, it's so frustrating. That right there. That's not good. Why? I think I know why. It's these interruption sources, man. Come on, Thomas. Okay. Okay. It's when we're in that run state. Yeah, there it is. Now let's see here. Oh, I think I get it. By the way, Unity is freaking out, so I might need to restart. So close. Okay, so if I'm running and I go to jump, it should happen immediately. It should happen immediately. Sorry, I need to think here, guys. I'm unsure. Anyway, guys, this was so fun. Thanks so much for joining me today. That's about all I've got time for. If you guys haven't downloaded that game kit below, be sure to check it out. It's a 2D game kit. It's totally free. You can use it however you want for your own projects. I use this game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days. It's what launched my... That looks pretty. It's what launched my career. And also, there's a 3D course below. It's totally free. Click that below if you want to learn how to make a 3D game fast with no knowledge of modeling. I'm going to show you how to do it. Trust me, by the end of this course, you'll be able to make a small 3D game, and you'll learn a lot. I'll talk to you guys later. Cheers. Get over here. Get down. Hey, thanks for watching. By the way, if you haven't downloaded that free 2D game kit below, click below. It's my treat to you. I used this game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and I actually got to play it with him in front of his audience, which was really cool. This game kit is totally free. It's my treat to you, and you can use it however you want. You can make a commercial game and make $1 million off this game kit. I don't care. Or you could just use it for a hobby project. It's my treat to you. And by the way, if you haven't clicked like, that would mean a ton to me. Hit subscribe. And also, this is important, hit that notification bell. Here's why. If you get notified of when I'm live, you can watch me make my next game, and let me know in the chat what you think about the game or any ideas you have. And you might just show up. Your chat might just show up in the next video that I upload. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye. I love you too.